Rasa sayang, hey, rasa sayang, sayang, hey, hey, may you all be happy, happy, happy.
Yeah, so I said this afternoon's focus is on using mindfulness-based method to cope with psychosomatic pain. Psychosomatic pains means any form of bodily discomfort or disease which are associated with stress. So before we zoom into using mindfulness-based exercises for psychosomatic discomfort, let us do a review of the MindfulGym tools that we have learned so far. Yeah, so this is already lesson 4. We had learned quite a number of tools from lesson 1, 2, or 3. Let us do a review. Okay. In lesson 1, we have mindful body stretching. Yeah, mindful body stretching is very useful for relaxing, relieving muscular tension, or the body ache, relieving muscular tension. Then we have the mindful breathing, which is very useful for calming the mind. The mindful breathing, somebody's audio is on.
Pam, okay, she has off.
It's okay. We can do a little bit adjustment here and there. Recording done already, Jasmine?
Started.
Started lah. Okay, good. Yeah. So we have mindful body stretching, which is good for relaxing muscular pain. We have mindful breathing, which is good for calming the mind. Of course, in mindful breathing, we have various types of mindful breathing. We have the Qigong mindful breathing. We have the Valentine style. We also have the mindful breathing done on the bed, the body grounding. We have the box, animation box, guided mindful breathing, and so forth. Okay. We also had the mindful stop. Last session, we learned mindful stop. Mindful stop is good for taking mindful breaks throughout the day. That's what we learned last week. Then we had the mindful PDF and nowing, which is good for helping us to live in the present moment, to focus on doing one thing at a time. And last week, we also learned mindful listening, the 7 habits of mindful listening, the mindful meow. This is applying mindfulness in communication setting. I also introduced the mindful speaking in our MindfulGym Telegram group, but I'm aware that not everyone is in the Telegram group. So I take this opportunity to share with you on mindful speaking. So mindful listening, we already done. Mindful listening is on the meow. Mindful speaking is the mindful thinker. So each time we speak, you have to consider what we say is it a truthful? Is it beneficial? Is it spoken with good intention? And you have to consider whether it's the right time. Shall we speak now or shall we speak later? Make sure our tone of voice is kindful, gentle. Make sure we use effective ways, skillful ways to speak, to convey our message. And of course, when we speak, make sure we are relaxed. So we are in an anger state. It's better to calm our mind, relax, calm down, then only we speak. So there's a brief on mindful speaking. Although it's written here, mindful speaking, speaking includes social media communication, also phone messaging. So each time when we type a certain message in our phone or type a certain message in social media, it's good to remind ourselves. Remember, mindfulness is about remembering. Remind ourselves whatever we say, whatever we want to convey. Is it truthful? Is it beneficial? Is it the right time? Is it the right way? Whether we are calm, and whether we are conveying the message using a skillful method. Yeah. So we cover that under the communication. So we covered quite a lot. Yeah. Yeah. So today, as I said, our focus is on psychosomatic pain. I'll be sharing with you 3 mindfulness-based exercises. Okay. And these 3 exercises are: number 1, the one you see on the screen now is called Kindful Healing Hand. The second one is called Butterfly Hug. And the third one is called mindful EFT tapping. Yeah, so all these 3 exercises are very useful when you have a lot of psychosomatic pain like headache, gastric pain, chest tightness, chest discomfort. Yeah, so let's start with the first one. So the first one is called Kindful healing hand. Basically, in this exercise, we relate to our physical discomfort, which is associated with stress. We relate to the physical symptoms with kindness. Yeah, the physical symptom is very individual. Like for me, when I'm stressed out, I tend to get gastric pain. So in Kindful healing hand, basically what we do is we identify the physical pain, physical discomfort, or physical disease associated with stress. And then we relate to the physical body with kindness. For every exercise that we learn, we need to have the right understanding. So we need to have the wisdom to guide us in the practice. You still remember in lesson 1, we learned that stress symptoms can be divided into thought stress symptoms, feeling stress symptoms, bodily stress symptoms, and behavioral stress symptoms. Yeah, so our focus today is more on bodily stress symptom. Yeah, so what is the understanding that we need? What is the wisdom we need to guide us? The wisdom is in understanding that bodily stress symptom are interconnected with thought stress symptom, feeling same symptoms, and behavioral stress symptom. They are linked, interconnected. Okay, and the important thing is when we relate to our bodily stress symptom with kindness. So when we target on the bodily symptom, relate to the body symptoms with kindness, we will automatically relieve stressful thoughts and feelings. So this is the theory behind that, the wisdom, the understanding that we need to have before we do the practice. So in this practice, the focus is more on body. We start with body. In every mindfulness practice, some focus on breath, some focus on communication. Every practice has a different focus. So all the exercises which I'm sharing with you today, they focus more on the body, which in a way is easier to practice, because to focus on thoughts and feelings, some people might find it challenging. Focusing on the body, because the body is more tangible, it's easier to feel the body. That's why this set of exercises are very practical. Yeah. Okay, so Kindful healing hand, how do we do that? Of course, the first step, everything starts from attention. Yeah. So we have to pay attention to the physical symptoms that we have associated with stress. So you got to ask yourself, when you are stressed out, usually what kind of physical symptoms do you experience? Like for me, I know my body well. When I'm stressed out, I tend to get gastric pain. So I get gastric pain and gastric discomfort. That's my typical physical stress symptom. Okay, so the first part is paying attention. You can be creative as well. If you like to draw, some people like to draw. You can do a little bit of art therapy. You can do some scribbling or some drawing. Draw your physical pain. So you have a physical pain, draw something to represent your physical pain. You can do it as well. And that can help with the body awareness, the attention to the bodily symptom. Yeah. As you are paying attention to the physical pain, you can also use the stressmometer concept. Remember that we learned about stressmometer. Use the stressmometer to quantify the level of physical distress. You can like create a mental scale, level of distress from 1 to 10. 10 is very high level of distress. 1 is a minimal level of distress. So all these are paying attention, which is the first part. Physicalizing the emotional pain, bring awareness to the emotional pain. So that is the first part. Okay, that's only the first part, not the end yet. Okay. Then the second part, which is the kindness part. Remember, mindfulness is not just paying attention. Mindfulness is paying kind attention. Yeah. So in the second part, we're going to relate to the bodily pain with kindness. Okay, how can we do that? There are many ways we can do that. Okay, one very basic one, we can actually use our hand. Okay, we can use our hand. So for demonstration purpose, I'm going to use gastric pain, which is the symptoms I have for demonstration purpose. I hope you can see my tummy. You can see my tummy. So you use the hand and put the hand on your tummy this way. Put on your tummy. So we soothe and comfort the pain with our hand. So we can use our hand to soothe and comfort in this way. How to soothe, how to comfort is up to you. Listen to your body. Don't listen to my body. Listen to your body. Don't listen to my body. Listen to your tummy. Don't listen to my tummy. Okay. So as I'm doing this, as I'm gently stroking my tummy, I will pay attention to the tummy. I sort of talk to my tummy. I will talk to my tummy. How would you like me to soothe you? You want me to go clockwise or go anti-clockwise? Do you want me to just gently pat this way? Pat with one hand or maybe pat with two hands? You want me to go a little bit more firm or more gentle? Okay, so that one I will ask the tummy. Okay. So that's one way we can relate to the pain with kindness. Okay, there's another way which is using positive affirmation, prayer or chanting. So I can say a positive word. For example, when I'm experiencing the pain, I say, it's okay, relax, this will also pass. Okay, no worries, it will pass. So I can have some positive self-talk, gently talk to my tummy. As I'm stroking, soothing, I talk. It's okay. Or I may say a certain prayer. I can recite a certain chanting or say a prayer. Which is the best? There is no best. The best you got to ask the body, and that is part of kindness practice. It's part of wisdom as well. So we listen to the wisdom of the body. We ask our body, what kind of chanting you like, what kind of prayer you like, what kind of positive words you like. Okay, ask the body. Okay, and if it's asking the body as you're relating the body might say, the tummy may say, oh, I don't like chanting, I don't like prayer, I don't like affirmation. Why not you sing me a song? You can sing a song as well. So today we'll teach you a song as well. We'll teach you a kindfulness song, which is basically the Rasa Sayang song, but kindfulness version. Yeah, I will show you the lyrics and then we'll sing together, sing to our tummy. As we are gently stroking our tummy, we can sing to our tummy. So this is the lyrics of the song. This is the lyrics of the song. I read to you the lyrics first, then we'll sing together to our tummy. Rasa sayang rasa sayang hey, may you may all be happy. Yeah, so this is how I do it. So as I'm stroking, soothing my tummy, I will sing Rasa sayang hey, Rasa sayang hey, hey, may you may all be happy. May you may all be happy. Okay, so that's how we can sing to the tummy, relate to the tummy with kindness. Yeah. Sometimes the tummy may say, oh, I don't like the English version. Can you sing me the Malay version? Can. So we also have a Malay version, Rasa Sayang kindfulness version, Bahasa Melayu version. Okay, so you can sing as you gently stroking the tummy. You can sing Rasa sayang hey, Rasa sayang hey, hey, saya ucapkan sehat selamat sejahtera. Saya ucapkan sehat selamat sejahtera. Okay, Or your tummy may say, hey, I don't like the Malay version. I want a Chinese version. Chinese version also good. So you can see the lyrics here. Rasa sayang, hey, rasa sayang, sayang, hey, hey, 祝我祝你祝大家平安健康快乐。祝我祝你祝大家平安健康快乐。Okay, and listen to your tummy, listen to your stomach, listen to your abdomen, and see what he has to say. Maybe your tummy will say, hey, this is not a Chinese tummy, this is a Indian tummy. Please sing me the Tamil version. You can also sing the Tamil version. So you can see the lyrics here. Rasa sayang, hey, rasa sayang, sayang, hey, and nan ningo ye lu santo mai irupo. Nan ningo ye lu santo mai irupo. Okay, so that's how we can relate to our tummy with kindness. So that's under singing a kindful song. Example, Rasa Sayang to the tummy. Of course, we can apply some mindful breathing as well. As we are soothing the tummy, we can breathe in. Do the mindful breathing. Breathe in, breathe out. Breathe in. You can do a little bit of healing visualization. As you breathe in, as you breathe out, you can imagine breathing out all the negative energy, breathing out the pain from the tummy. So be creative in the visualization. You can also imagine there's a light as you breathe in. You breathe in cool healing energy or healing light to soothe the tummy, to comfort the tummy. Okay, so that's the practice of kindful healing hand. Try to apply beginner's mind. Every exercise we teach, try to apply beginner's mind. And the beginner's mind in this context means feel free to combine this practice with mindful body stretching, combine it with mindful breathing, and maybe combine it with the use of medicine. It's okay to take medicine for gastric pain. Sometimes when I have severe gastric pain, I take medicine for gastric pain as well. I find that if you use the medicine together with this kindful healing practice, it will have synergistic effect. The pain relief will be even greater. So feel free to try this out. Go back and practice and try different methods, combine with different strategy, and suit it according to your bodily needs. So that's kindful healing hand. Some may ask, what if my physical pain is not on my tummy? If you see physical pain is over the chest, then what can you do? If the physical pain is over the chest, actually the same principle applies. Instead of putting the hand on the tummy, you can put the hand on the chest. So you do the same thing. You just gently stroke, massage the chest, tap, sing a song, do a prayer, do a chanting, same thing. Okay. Or if you don't like this kindful healing method, there's another method called the butterfly hug. So I'm going to introduce you the second practice today. This is called the butterfly hug and kindful breathing. The basic principles are the same. Okay, basic principles are the same. Of course, the first part is the attention part. We always start with attention and awareness. So pay attention to the chest tightness. As for some people, when they are having stress, they feel the stress over the chest area, the chest tightness, the chest area. Okay, so first part is focusing the attention on the chest. Same thing, you can use the stress meter principle. So feel the tension over the stress and mentally note the distress level from 1 to 10. How much is the pain? Is it at level 5, level 6, level 7, level 8? Again, if you're a creative person, you may want to draw something. Draw draw something to represent the chest tightness. Yeah, so that's the attention part. Okay, of course, we don't stop at attention. We move on with the kindness component. Yeah, how do we relate to the chest tightness? Okay, of course, number one, we can imagine we're in a safe and peaceful place. Okay, what is considered safe and peaceful, I leave it to you. Whatever you associate with safety and peacefulness. Okay, of course, you can do the earlier one that we learned in the Kindful healing hand, and gently massage. Or you want to use the butterfly heart method. In the butterfly heart method, you use your hand, you form a butterfly shape in this way. A butterfly shape in this way, and then we hug ourselves this way. Hug ourselves. Imagine we're hugging ourselves. Okay, and we gently tap in this way. As though we are flapping the butterfly wing. Flap, tap. And it is a bilateral tapping. Bilateral tapping means one right, one left, one right, one left. It's not simultaneous. It's not together. So one right, one left, right, left, right, left. So as we are gently tapping, what do we pay attention to? So we pay attention to the tapping sensation. So as we are tapping, there's a sensations. Okay. We also hear the sound. So we can apply a little bit of HTC that we learned last week. We pay attention to the sensation. We also hear the sound. Okay. So we tap for at least 30 seconds. Let's do it together. We tap for about 30 seconds. The mindset is important as we are tapping. As we are tapping, we do it in such a way is that as though we are trying to soothe ourselves. We are comforting ourselves. Of course, you can sing the Rasa Sayang song as well. Rasa Sayang, hey, Rasa Sayang, Sayang, hey. I may, you may all be happy, happy, happy. Saya ucapkan sehat, selamat sejahtera. 祝我祝您祝大家平安健康快乐。南宁狗耶路山多是买一路途。Okay, and then we can take a deep breath, do Kindful breathing. Yes. Breathe in. Breathe in. And breathe out. Okay. Okay. And we can repeat the process until the distress level becomes lower. So that's the butterfly hug. Okay, next. When I teach the Kindful healing hand and the butterfly hug, one of the frequently asked questions I receive is some people may say, Doctor, I feel the pain all over the body. My pain and discomfort is not localized at one area. I feel it overall in my entire body. So what do I do? Then I have two suggestions. One suggestion is, of course, you can have the body aches all over the body, but you focus on the part of the body which you feel the discomfort or pain the most. And the common areas are usually the tummy, the chest, the face, and the neck. Those are the common areas. So the focus on the area which is most prominent. That's one way. Or another way is instead of focusing on one area, you can try this practice called mindful EFT tapping. Mindful EFT tapping. This method is based on the principles of acupressure, energy medicine, and mindfulness. Yeah. So after we're going to learn to tap on different parts of the body, tapping. This is the tapping exercise. We tap mindfully on different parts of the body. In total, there are 12 tapping points. So afterwards, we're going to practice together. There are 12 tapping points. So when we tap the different parts of the body, we actually releasing the negative energy in the body and replacing it with positive energy of mindfulness. Okay, so there are 12 tapping points. Yeah, so we start by tapping on this point. It's called this point. This is called the karate chop point. In the picture, it corresponds to number 1. So we tap together, gently tap. Remember to tap kindfully. Yeah. So as you're tapping, you feel the sensations of tapping, HTC. T, touch, focus on the sensation. Of course, you can hear the sounds as well. Tap. If your mind is very distracted, you can actually do some counting as well. So as you're tapping, you can count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. That's tapping. Yeah. Okay. The other side as well. Okay. It's important to, just like in all our MINDFULgym exercises, we tap with kindness. So as we are tapping, we are actually soothing ourselves. Imagine we are soothing ourselves, comforting ourselves. So this is point number 1. Let's go to the second point. The second point is the top of the head. This way. So gently tap. Feel the sensation. Hear the sound. Yeah. If you want to sing a song, Rasa sayang hey, Rasa sayang sayang hey, I may, you may all be happy, happy, happy. Also can. You want to sing also can. You want to count also can. Okay, that's the second point. Okay. So the third point. This is the third point. Just the eyebrow. Yeah. Okay. So for each point, we tap at least about 10 seconds. At least about 10 seconds. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay. Then the side. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay. Then below the eyes. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Then below the nose. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And the chin. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Then the neck. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And below the collarbone. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay, as we are tapping, remember to be gentle. It's not just the attention part. Be gentle, be kindful, soothe ourselves, comfort ourselves. How hard you want to tap? Again, there is no hard and fast rule. You listen to your body. How fast you want to tap? The exact location, position, you listen to the body, how your body wants it to be. Okay, next point is the chest. That's number 10, chest. 1, 2, 3, 4. I can go around the chest. Okay, if you do it correctly, you find that there's a certain spot that your body likes it. So you listen to your body. Listen to the wisdom of the body. 8, 9, 10. Okay. Then point number 11 is below the armpit. Yeah, below the armpit. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So do it kindly as though we are patting ourselves, comforting ourselves, soothing ourselves. The other side as well. Sing yourself a song. If you don't like Rasa Sayang, you can sing other song. Of course, I use Rasa Sayang because that's my favorite song. May I, may you, may all be happy, happy, happy. Okay, and the last point is at the wrist area. Last point. Yeah. So you can tap. Okay. Or this way. Yeah, you can also tap in this way as well. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Yeah. So you do that for 2 rounds. So I've shown you 1 round. You do that for 2 rounds, and then you end it with mindful breathing. Breathe in. As you breathe out the negative energy. Breathe in. Breathe out the negative energy. Breathe in positive energy. You breathe out the negative energy. Yeah. So you do that for 2 rounds. So very quickly, I will go through the 11 points. Number 1, number 2, number 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 left and right, and then the wrist 12, and with 3 deep breath. Yeah, so that's mindful EFT. Yeah, so I already introduced to you 3 methods. So the first one was Kindful healing hand. Second one is the butterfly hug, and the third one is EFT, the tapping. Yeah, I will stop here for you to ask questions to clarify on the technique. Yeah. So your questions can be specific to these 3 exercises, or the question can be in general related to mindfulness. Yeah, I think there were some questions asked through the Slido system which I have not answered. Yeah, I will answer all of them together. Yeah.
Question asked, when I feel stressed, I often feel the tightness on both shoulders. Should I include tapping shoulders besides the 12 points?
Can, yeah, I'll suggest start with the 12 points. Start with the 12 points, okay, followed by the extra point is the shoulder. Tapping on the shoulder and also the kindful hand. For example, is the shoulder. So you can use the kindful healing hand method. So you do the 12-point tapping, followed by kindful healing hand over the shoulder. Okay, you can tap, you can say a prayer, you can do breathing. Of course, you can tap as well, soothe. Yeah, you can do it that way.
Okay, the next question is, Dr. Pang, can you explain further now EFT tapping helps in reducing body discomfort, reason behind?
Okay, there are a few mechanisms of action. Okay, the first mechanism action, this is based on the acupressure. So the 12 points, they are actually the acupuncture point as well. It's just that in this practice, we don't use a needle. So technically, it's not acupuncture, it's acupressure. We're using the tapping to tap on the acupuncture point. It's based on the theory is when we're having a lot of pain, actually the energy, the bad chi is not flowing. The bad chi is not flowing. So when we tap on the acupressure point, we actually facilitate the flow of chi. So that is one mechanism action. The second mechanism action is actually the mechanism of mindfulness, because when we are tapping, we are focusing in the present moment. There is a hearing, touching. There's a hearing of the sound, touching, and it's also kindfulness component. So as we relate to the body with kindness, that helps with the pain. So two main mechanisms. Depends on what is appealing to you. Depends on what is appealing to you. Some people perceive this as energy medicine, acupressure practice. Some people perceive it as a mindfulness practice. For me, actually, I combine both principles. There's the principle of energy medicine, acupressure point, and there's also a principle of mindfulness. Yeah, those are the mechanism of action. Yeah.
Thanks, Dr. Pang. The next question is, morning when go to work, I worry and I can't remember whether got off the stove, or sometimes I lost my keys and can't remember where I put it. How to improve?
Very good. I have the same experience as well sometimes. So I suggest every morning make it as a habit. Every morning you should try to do mindful body stretching and mindful breathing. Spend about 5 to 10 minutes, do mindful body stretching and breathing. And then maybe a few minutes before you leave the house, do nowing. Few minutes before you leave the house, do nowing. So that's what I do as well. So I will verbalize it. Okay, off the fan, off the light, lock the door, pull the curtains. So I will verbalize it. So nowing. So mindful body stretching, mindful breathing to relax the body and calm the mind. And then nowing, label the physical activities before you go out. I think that will help.
Okay, the next question, if when doing the practice, I get more distressed or have feelings gushing up, shall I continue until it subsides? Is it common?
It's common, but I strongly suggest when you practice, when you continue, there are two mindsets to continue. One mindset is like you want to fight with it. It's like tahan, tolerate. That should not be the correct mindset. Okay, the correct mindset is we continue gently. Then we ask ourselves, how can we put in more kindness into the practice? How can we be more gentle? That should be the way. Put in effort, but it's a kindful effort. Not the angry effort, not a violent effort, not a forceful effort. Continue with kindness. See how you can be more kind.
Okay, thanks, Dr. Pang. The next question is, instead of tapping both hands simultaneously, any reason for bilateral tapping for butterfly heart?
Yes, there's a reason for bilateral tapping. Actually, this butterfly heart practice originate not from mindfulness therapy. It originate from a kind of therapy known as EMDR, eye movement desensitization and retardation. So in that kind of therapy, a bilateral tapping has extra benefits. The bilateral tapping, one left, one right, one left, one right, one left, one right, one left, one right. Somehow it helps us, the one left, one right, the bilateral, it helps us to create emotional distance. It helps us to create the emotional distance. We don't get sucked. We don't get sucked into whatever negative thoughts or traumatic experience. We don't get sucked into it so much. It helps us to distance. The bilateral tapping also helps to process certain trauma. So it has an extra advantage. When you do it bilaterally, it has an extra advantage to help us to process and release trauma. That's why I suggest for all the tapping, if it's possible, do one left, one right, one left, one right, one left, one right, bilateral. Having said that, the best is still listen to your body. So when you tap, for example, this part on the eye here, left, so you tried it, do it simultaneously, and do it bilateral, but alternate, one left, one right. Okay, and feel your body and decide for yourself which one suits you better. Is it simultaneous or is it alternate suits you better? Yeah.
Okay. So let's proceed to the next questions. Future, I have dreamed. Present, I'm living now. How to strike balance between past, present, future? For me, past is a goal in memory lane. Learn from experience.
Good question. When we say live in the present moment, in mindfulness practice, when we say live in the present moment, it doesn't mean that we don't visit the past and future. That's not the real meaning. When we say live in the present moment, it means that we don't dwell negatively into the past. We don't ruminate about the past. But we can still learn from the past. We don't ruminate over the past, we don't regret, but we can learn from the past. Similarly, we need to plan. We can plan well, but we don't worry unnecessarily over the future. Another way of saying it is in mindfulness practice is we learn from the past to improve on the present moment to move on meaningfully towards the future. Yeah.
Okay, great. Next questions. I like looking past, but parents say past is past, focus now. I knew that when drink water must remember source. Example, family history. Past make me help me grow.
So this question is related to the earlier question. So the answer is more or less the same. When we say live in the present moment, it doesn't mean that we forget about the past. Live in the present moment, we can learn from the past. We can be grateful for all the people who have helped us in the past. Anything which is positive related to past is not a problem. Grateful to somebody who has helped us in the past. Things happen in the past, we have learned something very useful from the past. That's not a problem. When we say don't live in the past, we say what we mean is we don't live negatively in the past. We don't ruminate over the past. We don't repeat the sad story from the past again and again and again and again. We can still learn from the past. Yeah.
Okay. Next questions. How to know whether a person's forgetfulness is due to not being mindful? A lot of things in my mind, or due to age getting old, brain decline.
It depends on the age of the person who asked this question. If the person who asked this question is the 20s, I'll tell you, definitely not as an aging problem. But we do not know the age of this person. I suppose if your age is you are in your 60s, 70s, 80s, there's a possibility that it could be. Then my suggestion is go for a medical checkup. Go for a medical checkup. Go to a general practitioner. Do a general health screening and ask them to screen for your memory problem. You can easily do that with the GP, general practitioner. If they say there's nothing wrong with you physically, there's also nothing wrong with the objective assessment of your memory, then very likely is due to lack of mindfulness.
Thanks, Dr. Pang. The next question is, Dr. Pang, I like shopping. I like walking and pushing shopping cart. What is MindfulGym tool helps in shopping? Shop mindfully.
Shopping, I suppose it depends on what is your problem with shopping. It depends on, say you like shopping. Yeah, I also like shopping. You like walking, I also like walking. Well, it depends on what is your problem during the shopping. For example, if your problem is more of you forget your shopping list. Let's say you forget your shopping list. Then my suggestion is early in the morning before you go for shopping, you do the basic mindful body stretching and mindful breathing. Okay. Then write down on the list as you are doing the shopping. Then you do the nowing. So you look at the list. Number 1, buy this. Then you say buy this. Number 2, buy that. Then you go and buy that. Number 3, buy this and that. Then you buy this and that. Okay. And if your problem is to forget to pay, make sure when you push your trolley to the payment counter, make sure you say pay money. If your issue is more of forgetfulness, then I suggest basically is knowing the activities. If your problem is different from that, is you spend excessively, like you cannot control your spending, then it's a different issue. Okay.
Thanks, Dr. Pang. Next, when people talk something not true about me, I self-defense, then fight back. Emotionally, strongly angry, hot situation. Any MindFulGym tools helpful?
I'll suggest with same thing, go for mindful body stretching and mindful breathing every morning. Yeah. So most of the MindFulGym exercises, we got to do it every day. We cannot start practicing only when there's a problem. Usually it doesn't work. So mindful body stretching, mindful breathing every morning, followed by mindful stop on and off throughout the day. So that will give us the emotional stability. Then when somebody says something that we don't like or somebody blame us, then we'll have the emotional stability to handle that.
Okay, thanks, Dr. Pang. The next question is, Dr. Pang, is want to learn something, so the mindful of questions mark is considered beginner's mind? People may say you ask silly questions and come up from cave.
I wonder who asked this question. It's a good question. Yeah. Okay. So the first part is wanting to learn things. Is it considered a beginner's mind? Yes, beginner's mind is curiosity. Beginner's mind is seeing things in different perspectives, want to know more, ask questions, find out more things. So that is beginner's mind. Yeah. But we also need to balance beginner's mind with wisdom. Remember, I'm saying this again and again and again and again. Mindfulness is not just attention. Mindfulness is not just kindness. Mindfulness is not just beginner's mind. Mindfulness is not just wisdom. Mindfulness is all together. There's an attention part, beginner's part, kindness part, and wisdom part. So in relation to this question, it's important when we ask questions, we also need to balance the curiosity, balance the beginner's part with wisdom. Okay, and wisdom means we got to decide, because asking question in a way is a form of a speech. So it's related to the mindful speech sharing which I did. So it is good to learn new things. It's good to ask questions, but we also need to be wise to decide when should we ask, to who do we ask, when do we ask. Like for example, we don't wake a person up middle of the night to ask question. Although you are curious to learn, but we don't wake somebody up middle of the night to ask question. Also, ask the right person to find out which is the right person for us to ask. Also, the right platform to ask. Certain questions is better to ask verbally. Certain question is a bit difficult to ask through phone or email. So we have to choose the right platform to ask. So in short, asking question, yes, is a way to cultivate beginner's mind, but has to balance with wisdom. Wisdom means finding the right time, the right person, and the right platform to ask the question.
Thanks, Dr. Pang.
Yes.
The next question is, Dr. Pang, can I say whenever children learn new things, this works automatically, paying attention with kindness, beginner's mind, and wisdom?
I'll say yes and no. I think children are very strong in beginner's mind. I think we don't have to teach children of beginner's mind. By nature, children are very, very curious. They are very interested in a lot of things. So when we teach children of mindful breathing, they can come up with 101 ways to do mindful breathing. By nature, they are very curious, very creative. They want to know more things. So beginner's mind, children are very good. But for kindness and wisdom, not necessary. So we have to guide children on kindness and wisdom. So yes, for beginner's mind, for kindness and wisdom, not necessary. We have to guide the children.
Okay, the next question, Dr. Pang, may you share the other two MindFulGym Beginner's Mind Angel and MindFulGym Wisdom Angel with narration to Telegram to complete my set of collections? Thank you.
This one is, I think the person who asked this question is part of the Telegram group.
Yes.
In Telegram, I sent 2 pictures of our owls, the angels.
This morning, right?
Yesterday, I already sent the other 2. So now you
Oh.
can have a complete set. You have the attention angel, you got the kindness angel, beginner's mind angel, and the wisdom angel. So
Right.
complete. Yeah. Any more?
Okay. The next question is
Mm.
about MindFulGym Mail, the question mark, ask question to care, can give examples of questions that ask questions to care to the talker.
Example of current question is you can use this 5 wives 1 husband principle, 5 W 1 H, 5 wives 1 husband, 5 W's and 1 H. The 5 W's are where, or what happened, what make you so stressed out, where, okay, what happened, who is involved, where did you go, when did this happen, and then for H is how. Basically, it's just like any question, but more importantly, is a tone of voice. What happened to you, or how come like that, where did it happen, who is involved, who did you talk to. It basically the usual question, but the one that I would like to highlight more is on the tone of voice. Make sure whatever question we ask, it has a tone of voice to show that we care. It is not that we are not questioning the person, we are not judging the person. We also not get bored to just want to dig information. The mindset is more of you want to care, you want to pay attention to the person, and want to help the person to release stress.
Okay, we have few more news. We have few more new questions came in.
Sure,
okay.
Go ahead.
Yeah. Does these practices help with anxiety without psychosomatic pain? Which practice is best for anxiety with or without psychosomatic pain?
Okay, they work for psychosomatic pain and also non-psychosomatic pain. So it works for both, but in my experience that it works better. Both are good, but it works even better if the pain has a psychosomatic in nature. So both also work.
Okay, the next. Our country COVID positive number is increasing. Some people say we might become Indian next. I feel our future is so terrible, feeling like life is different.
And the question is, I suppose it's a very unpleasant feeling. The feeling is fear, worry, anxiety. Yeah. Butterfly hug. Do the butterfly hug. But personally, actually sometimes I ask myself, when do I do the Kindful healing hand for my tummy? When I do the butterfly hug? So sometimes I ask myself these questions. And you have to ask yourself, this is part of beginner's mind practice, part of tapping to the wisdom of your mind and body. Yeah. So for me, I noticed when it's more of a fear, more of feeling, more of a fear and worries about uncertainty, I find that the butterfly hug and the tapping. So when the feeling is more general, it's like, oh, COVID cases increase. There's a sense of fear. Exactly where do I feel it? I cannot pinpoint very exact body part. Then I will do the butterfly hug and the EFT tapping. When I feel it very specifically, it's like, oh, stomach ache. Then I'll do the Kindful healing hand, target specifically on the tummy. Of course, which one is the best? I can't answer you. You got to practice with beginner's mind and tap into your body's wisdom, and you'll get the answer there.
Thanks, Dr. Pang. The next question, Dr. Pang, when stress comes, I feel kanjiong, want to do things fast instead of bodily sensation. What is the solution?
I feel kanjiong, want to do things fast instead of bodily sensation. When the kanjiong feeling is very strong, usually we need a practice which is more physical. Okay, I will suggest of all the exercise which are more physical, I'll suggest mindful body stretching. Mindful body stretching is much more physical. Okay, another one is mindful walking. Remember last week when we talked about HTC, I said you can do mindful walking with HTC. So go for a walk, mindful walking. So that's very physical as well. Yeah, so I suggest mindful body stretching and mindful walking.
Thanks, Dr. Pang. The next question is by Sandra. Okay.
Sandra, yes.
Sometimes when I face pressures, scare feeling arises in me. I overcome it by do the task. If I don't, it turns to bad feelings. May I know which technique? Thank you.
Sometimes when I face pressure, scare feeling arises in me. I overcome it by do the task. I'm not sure what's the meaning of I overcome it by do your task. I'm just guessing.
Yeah.
Maybe what you mean is Sandra, you want to clarify?
Yeah, Dr. Pang.
Yeah.
I think I'm a task-oriented person.
Hmm.
So therefore, usually I have to those tasks is actually is a necessary things that which I need to complete. So if I don't complete those kind of tasks, it's always linger in my mind. Then if I think too much about it, then this feeling, scared feeling come up. Then once I complete it, then the feeling go away. Yeah, so I find that there's no other choice in terms of this, but have to just complete the task.
Yeah, I suggest maybe mindful PDF. We complete the task, so we are doing tasks. We can do it mindfully as well. So I suggest a mindful PDF.
PDF.
Prioritize. Prioritize. Of course, you have a to-do list that we prioritize. If you can delegate, delegate. You cannot delegate, then you focus on the things we need to do. I also have that tendency, but I will remind myself that I don't have to complete all the entire list. Sometimes it's the one thing, is the craving, the one thing to complete everything that gives you more pressure. So prioritize, and then do one thing at a time. Prioritize and do one thing at a time.
Okay, thank you, Dr. Pang.
Any more?
Okay, the next questions. I can't do anything when I was panicked. I feel I will die at that moment. What should I do at that moment?
When your panic attack is very severe, usually all the method doesn't work. I have panic attack before. Trust me, when the panic attack is very, very, very severe, none of this method will work. So if you have seen a doctor and the doctor has given you Xanax, take a Xanax. Take a 0.25 milligram Xanax or take a 0.5 milligram Xanax. When the panic attack is not so severe, when the distress level of the panic attack has reduced a bit, then you can retry some of this method again. Yeah.
Thanks, Dr. Pang. The next question by Sayang. May I ask when we'll plan for mindful gym for kids?
Mindful gym for kids.
I think Dr. T is around.
Yes. You want to ask Dr. T. Dr. T is our child psychiatrist. She's also graduating soon from our mindful gym trainers course. The one we will ask Dr. T. Yeah.
She also get her son to practice mindfulness. Okay, that's all.
Okay, very good.
Yes.
So part 2 is on mindfulness personal practice plan. So I call it MP3, PPP, personal practice plan, and how to overcome challenges related to mindfulness practice. Yeah. So we are coming to an end of our program. Yeah. So no more extra exercises. The 3 exercises that I shared with you just now, they are the last 3 exercises for mindful gym program part 1. No more new exercises. Yeah. So before I suggest some practice plans for you, again, let's review. Review all the exercises you will learn from lesson 1 until now, including the 3 that we had just now. Yeah. So for relaxing the body, we have mindful body stretching. Yeah, so remember, whenever you need to relax the body to relieve all the muscular tension and sakit, all the semua sakit in the body, mindful body stretching is a very useful tool. Okay, if you need to calm the mind, then I'll suggest mindful breathing. Which method of mindful breathing, I leave it to you. Whether you like the Qigong style, Valentine style, you do it while lying on the floor, on the bed, the grounding method, or you use the animated box to guide you, that one I leave it to you. Choose the one that you like best. Yeah? For taking a mindful break, when you don't have the time, when you can't spend 10-15 minutes to practice, you only have 1-2 minutes, you want to take a mindful breath, a mindful break, that will be mindful stop and HTC, with the mind bell as a reminder. Once you're taking a mindful stop, of course, we have to go on with our activities. We have to complete our tasks. We need to move on with life. Then we have the mindful PDF and nowing. So that is mindfulness in action that helps us to live in the present moment, focus on doing one thing at a time. That's mindful PDF and nowing. When we are communicating with people, either verbal communication or phone messaging or social media communication, then we can apply the mindful listening and mindful listening and mindful speaking. So this is also very important because we spend a big portion of our time communicating with people, either with speech, with our phone or social media. Yeah. So it's important to remember the principles. And mindfulness is remembering the principles of mindful listening and mindful speaking. So whenever we are talking, we are speaking, we are communicating, we are listening, we are messaging, so we can practice these 2 tools. Then, of course, today we learn 3 more tools: the Kindful healing hand, the butterfly hug, and the mindful EFT tapping. And these 3 are very useful when we have psychosomatic symptoms, when we have physical discomfort. Yeah, so we have learned quite a lot. Of course, there are some other miscellaneous tools like the mindfulness song. In the Telegram group, I send the MINDFULGym theme song, Happiness Here and Now. Yeah, there are other smaller tools as well, but these are the major tools that we have learned. Yeah. So it's important for us to come up with a plan, a mindfulness practice plan. I think by now you probably realize that actually to be mindful is not that difficult. I mean, to do mindful breathing, to do the stretching, tapping, they're not that difficult. To be mindful is not that difficult, but to remember to be mindful, that's difficult. To remember to do it on a daily basis, to remember to apply it in our changes and challenges, that is the one which is challenging. Yeah. So to make it easier, is useful if we can come up with certain plans. So I will share with you various plans, so you can see which one suits you. So you get some ideas, get some example, and then you come up with your plan. You come up with your plan. Yeah. So example of plan A. So you may want to consider this plan A. Okay. Plan A is to do mindful body stretching and mindful breathing early in the morning, every morning before you go off for work, or you go off for studies, or you start doing your whatever you need to do in a household job, whatever household chores. Early morning, do mindful body stretching and mindful breathing in the morning. Then throughout the day, mindful stop and HTC. It's not only a short break, 1 or 2 minutes, 2 to 3 times per day. Mindful PDF and nowing only when you are in an absent-minded state. So if your mind is sharp, your concentration is very good, then not necessary. So we do it selectively only when we are distracted, only when we can't focus, then we do mindful PDF and nowing. Mindful breathing, the body grounding, the mindful breathing that we do on the bed, the one breathe in, breathe out. Imagine we are falling into the bed, that one maybe you can do before sleep. After all, when we go into the bed, we don't fall asleep immediately. Maybe that few minutes while we're on the bed, we do the mindful breathing, the grounding method. Then we can sing the happiness is here and now song whenever we are stressed out. So singing can be also a form of practice. I like to sing this song when early in the morning when I'm driving. So as I'm driving, especially when I'm caught in the traffic jam, I can sing this song, happiness is here and now. Of course, you can sing the Rasa Sayang song as well. The Rasa Sayang song can practice on its own. Not necessarily we are doing the Kindful healing hand or butterfly heart. That singing the song and mentally wishing everyone well and happy, that can be a practice on its own. So I usually do that when I'm driving, especially caught in the traffic jam. I will sing the Rasa Sayang song and then I will mentally wish everyone safe, everyone healthy and happy. So that's plan A for you to consider. Okay. If you don't like plan A, it's okay. We can always customize the mindfulness practice according to your need. And you may want to consider plan B. Okay, what is plan B? Okay. Plan B has more things. Okay. Same thing, mindful body stretching and breathing in the morning, but combined with yoga practice. I know some of you are yoga practitioners. So you can do the body stretching and breathing, plus some yoga stretching, plus some chanting and meditation. I still remember last week, Sister Jasmine shared with you, this is her plan. Morning, she will do body stretching, breathing, plus morning meditation practice. Yeah. So far in our part 1 Mindful Gym, we are not introducing meditation yet. Meditation we only introduce in part B in June. We'll teach you mindfulness meditation. So far, all the mindfulness practice we teach you, they are not meditation based. They are mindfulness practice is a dynamic practice. It's a day-to-day practice. Is mindfulness on the go. Meditation, one a bit more serious. We'll teach you. Okay. Then of course, mindful stop and HTC throughout the day. Mindful breathing, the body grounding, you can do it before sleep or can do it after work. Sometimes after work, when you come back, you're so tired. You won't be able to do other exercises. You can just lie down on the couch or lie down on the floor. You just do breathing, mindful breathing, the body grounding style. Of course, can consider doing mindful walking over the weekend. Go for a walk in the park, pay attention to HTC, hearing, touching, the movement. Can do mindful walking over the weekend. So this is another option. Let's see another option. Okay. Okay, this one plan C. If you don't like plan A, plan B, then you have plan C. Plan C is mindful body stretching and breathing in the morning. Okay. But this one plan C focus more on communication. So mindful communication, using the mindful meow and mindful thinker whenever you're talking or communicating. Mindful walking with HTC in the evening, daily evening. Mindful breathing, the body grounding before sleep while lying on the bed. And the Kindful healing hand, butterfly heart, and the mindful EFT tapping together with medicine. Mindfulness practice doesn't mean that we avoid medicine. If necessary, we can still take medicine. The practice plus medicine whenever you're experiencing gastric pain or other type of body aches or any strong physical sensation or body discomfort associated with panic attack. So this one can be another plan. Yeah. So which is the best plan? There is no best plan. The best plan is you have to customize it. You have to come up with something that you think is doable for you. And then you adjust the plan according to your needs. So here are some tips for you to overcome your mindfulness practice challenges. Yeah, so this will be my suggestion. Later after this, we'll get some graduates from the program we'll get them to share their experience. So this is my experience, but it's good to get our graduates, those who have been practicing, who have joined the program for the past 10 years, see how they integrate mindfulness in their daily life, how they troubleshoot the challenges. But these are general suggestions. Okay. Number one, start slow. Start slow and build up the practice gradually. Start with simple. Start slow, start simple. I've seen a lot of people when they first practicing, they're very ambitious. They straight away start with mindfulness meditation. They'll spend 45 minutes every morning to meditate, mindfulness meditation. Usually cannot last very long. You may have very good effect, but usually cannot last very long. Are you able to spend 45 minutes every morning to practice mindfulness meditation? You can ask yourself, are you able to maintain that practice? Yeah. So for many people, especially beginners, it's very difficult to maintain that kind of practice. Every 45 minutes, every day, 45 minutes meditation is a bit challenging. Start slow, maybe just 5-10 minutes, and just small little mindful breaks throughout the day. Number two, wisdom. So whatever tools you are practicing, is very important to have right understanding, to have wisdom. Please ask questions. Ask lots and lots of questions. Practice, take note of the challenges, and ask questions. That's how we can build our understanding and wisdom. Okay. Number three, beginners mind, very, very, very important. So my experience tells me, if you want to follow exactly what we teach in the program, usually you cannot sustain your practice for very long. Yeah, I have learned mindfulness practice from many sources, many teachers, many books. Usually, if you want to follow exactly, very difficult. So I strongly suggest that you apply beginner's mind. Beginner's mind in this context means feel free to modify the practice, mix and match. You can modify the method. Mix means mix with so many MindFulGym tools. You can mix with other tools. You can have a butterfly heart plus mindful breathing. You can have body stretching plus EFT tapping. Feel free to mix, and then most importantly, match to your personal needs. Not match to my needs, match to your personal needs. Be flexible in the practice. It's very, very important if you want to sustain your practice. Next one, kindness is very, very important. Be gentle. Be gentle. Listen, always listen to your mind, listen to your body. So whatever teachings we share with you, they are just guidelines. They're just guidelines. Listen to your body and see which practice your body likes, which practice your mind likes it, and follow your heart. Listen to your body's wisdom. Number 5, it's good to keep a reflection diary. I think from lesson 1 itself, I've been reminding you all this again and again. Keep a reflection diary. Make notes of your practice. Take note. Make note of what is helpful to you, what is unhelpful to you. Whatever is helpful, continue. Whatever is not helpful, take note of the challenges and ask questions, discuss with your friends. That's how we improve. Number 6, get a support system. So usually if you practice on your own, a bit challenging. It's good to practice in a group, have a buddy system, to meet on and off as a group, to ask questions, to share experience. That will be easier for us to practice. And the last one, last but not least, I know some of you here, besides joining this group program, you're also having individual therapy, either with me or your therapist. I strongly suggest that if you want to go deeper, you may need to discuss all the tools that you have learned in this program, discuss it with your therapist. If your therapist is me, that will be me. Then we can go a little bit more in depth on how to apply all the tools in your specific situation. Like I've seen a lot of questions about panic attack. So I can guide you further in the individual therapy setting on how to apply the MindFulGym tools in your panic attack. By the way, the word panic attack, it doesn't mean that everyone experiencing panic attack is exactly the same. Panic attack is just a label For different people, the panic attack is different, and we need different types of mindfulness tools. So these are the 7 suggestions. Yeah. I think we'll stop here for you to ask questions. And after the question, we'll get a sharing from our past participant. Yeah.
Okay, Dr. Pang, we have, I think, 2 or 3 new questions in the Slido. Massage feel good because it is a mindful activity?
Does massage feel good because it's a mindful activity? Well, it can be a mindful massage. It can be a mindless massage. Depends on how we do it. It's just like stretching. I suppose massage is similar to stretching. It's similar. So just like there is a mindless stretching and mindful stretching, there can also be a mindful massage and a mindless massage. So my suggestion is, if you want the massage to be very, very, very effective, I suggest you try a mindful massage. Mindful massage. So what does mindful massage mean? Same thing. You try to apply the 4 principles: the attention, kindness, beginner's mind, and wisdom. So maybe I leave it for you. I leave it to you to reflect. Whoever asking this question, how to do mindful massage, how to apply the present moment attention, how to apply kindness in the massage, how to apply beginner's mind in the massage, and how to apply wisdom in the massage. If you can apply the 4 principles of mindfulness in massage, then your massage becomes a mindful massage, and then you can gain maximum benefits from your massage.
Thanks, Dr. Pang. The next question is, Dr. Pang, I feel tired every day, not because of sickness. I think more on emotion, but I don't know why. May I know how to figure it out and what can I do?
My suggestion, if you can't figure it out, it's okay. No need to go and dwell into it, because if you force yourself too hard to figure it out, actually it can be more stressful. So my suggestion, if you cannot figure out, just focus on what you can do now. And what you can do now can be one of the MP3, can be one of those plans. Plan A, Plan B, or Plan C. Just do on a regular basis. So when the body is relaxed and the mind is calm, and the body is relaxed, when the mind is calm, then only try and go and figure it out. Then only go and try and figure it out. And when you figure it out, there are other 2 ways to support you in figuring out what you need to figure out. One is talking to your therapist. Go for counseling or psychotherapy. Sometimes we need to, when we try to figure it out, we need someone to guide us. So one is with a therapist. Another one is with a good friend. Sometimes talking to a good friend. In the process of talking, especially if you have a good, supportive, and wise friend, the process of talking to somebody is very helpful for us to figure things out.
Okay, that's it. So,
That's it.
yeah, I return the floor to you, Dr. Pang. Stop sharing here.
Okay.
Let's invite our graduates on their personal sharing.
Yes.
I think we have Yunin.
Yuning. Okay. All graduates, feel free to share.
Yes, we have
Yuning,
few today. Yunin, where are you, Yunin?
Hi, I'm here.
Yeah,
Hi.
hi.
Hi. Yeah, so can you share with us your MP3, your personal practice plan? How do you overcome the challenges?
The challenges, yeah. Okay, thank you, Dr. Pang. Hi, everyone, it's me again. Last week I shared, and this week I'm sharing again. I'm Yu Ying, and I'm from the batch 13. Yeah. Okay, so it has been 4-5 years, about 4 years that I have started learning MINDFULGym. And it's not that, after we graduated, we complete one thing and then, we
Connection.
has gotten a little bit more manageable throughout the years. Hello? Yeah. Okay. But then, to be honest, I'm not a very disciplined person. I've always wanted to wake up earlier to do a yoga or do a meditation, but it never happened. Sometimes like it happened. So I reckon the more if I really put like a guideline for myself, and I always will fail it and I feel even more worse. So I have decided to do it whenever I remember. So it has been quite helpful for me for a while. But I would like to share something that happened. I think this is quite common with most of us during the COVID period. It has been a year. So schedule change, lifestyle change, and everything that we have been practicing, and then the calmness and the mindfulness, I somehow lost it in the last 1 year of changes in and out, and with the a lot of stresses coming into my life, and I actually suffered burnout. I think at least 2 to 3. Go a lot of about like yeah, nothing is good enough lah. This one cannot that one, never mind lah. And then like and in my daily life and in my work. So even my gardening, mindful gardening, where I go to garden and enjoy my time, I look at the flowers mindfully and all. Then gardening also becomes a task. So things are getting a little bit tougher. Yeah. So then I think like then at one point I have started to realize that no, I have to do something more radical to unplug myself of this situation. So I will have to unplug myself from all this messiness I'm in. And then I start to consciously include it in my routine. So I have to do it intentionally. At first, a few rounds, it feels a little bit more very heavy because every time I try to be mindful and try to feel my senses, it's very difficult. And I'm glad revision class comes back. I'm very glad Dr. Pang's restart this online classes. And then it really forced me to be able to try to realign my thoughts and my practices and revising again. Then stretching does help. And I'm trying to incorporate more of mindful stretching, and I have to intentionally make myself do it. After a couple of days, I'm able to anchor my attention slightly more better, much easier. Then I can start, it become more natural. So within an hour, I will intentionally make myself do one time. So with my lack of discipline in my life, I include it in things that I have to do daily. For example, going to toilet lah, sure have to go, right? So every time go toilet, after that washing my hands, I will try to just take a deep breath and pause myself and just focusing on washing hands gently and kindly. And sometimes the song pops up as well. The happiness song pops up. So I enjoy that. And then drinking water. So every time I drink water, I just take the pause and just feel the water going in again and imagine there's a refreshing and full of love water going in, nourishing myself. That has helped. And then, yeah, I've recently trying to do some drawing. So I use the app on the phone to draw. So when I draw, the mind sometimes goes away as well. So I would encourage myself to bring the attention back and then the color, how it disperses, and it gives me about 10 to 15 minutes of peacefulness when I'm doing that before I go to sleep. So a few times I've tried before I do that to go to sleep, the sleep actually much calmer. I don't dream of nonsense. I don't dream of funny, crazy things. And I wake up a little bit more in a calm manner. Yeah. That's one. And I started to be able to pull the attention back better. So now gardening become a little bit more enjoyable right now. I try to, when I water the plants and I pay attention to water flowing and dripping on the plants and imagine how it nourished the plant and how the plant is happy, then I can start enjoying that process a little bit more. And yeah, that is, I will really try to incorporate a little bit more. And like yesterday's Friday, there's actually a very scary thing happened. One of my students got close contact with a positive case, so a few of us have to go for a test. So it's very stressful for every one of us. Body is really tense. Everywhere is tight, and it was quite scary actually. So, and I'm lucky that I'm glad that it happened after my 1 week of refreshing my mindfulness practice. So I actually did some stretching. I do some yoga stretching and pair it with mindful breathing and some helpful self-talking when I do that. And then I also do a kindful shower, Dr. Bang. I remember learning this, kindful shower. So when I was like, okay, stop worrying, time for shower. Then I turn on the water. Then when I pump the soap on my hand, I look at the color of the soap and I imagine I see the liquid and imagine it's something that is gonna nourish me. Then I rub and rub and rub until the soap comes a lot on my hands. And when I start, rubbing my body, then I tell myself it's okay, and then from the top to everywhere. And then when I shower and allow the water to wash away all my worries, it's a very refreshing one. So it helped me at night. I actually can sleep better, not so worried. And the next day I can handle the situation much better. Yeah. Yep, that's what happened to me, and that's how mindfulness has been helpful. But remember, that's why Dr. Pang called it a gym. So you have to gym it, then it becomes natural as part of your daily life routine. Yeah, if you don't gym it like muscle, so it becomes like saggy. Yeah. So I need to keep practicing so my mindful muscle can be keep toned and useful when I need it. Okay, that's from me.
Thanks
Thank you.
Thanks for sharing, Yun. I think we have the next person, Pam. Pam, where are you?
Hello.
Hi.
Hi.
How are you?
Hi.
Ah,
Hello, everyone.
hi.
Hi, I'm Pamela. I'm MindfulGym batch 10 graduate.
Wow.
Glad to see all of juniors. So this will be the first time in the history whereby MindfulGym conducting fully online. So give a big applause to Dr. Pang and Jasmine. Very different experience.
Yeah. Yeah, right. Okay. Shall we?
Okay, so for my personal practice package, so my favorite tool would be mindful breathing. So as I'm like 10 batch elder than all of the juniors, so my mindful breathing getting shorter and shorter each time lah. I suppose the Kung Fu a little bit advanced already. So as long as the attention calm and the kindness calm, so the effect kicks in faster. I can feel that lah. So normally I'll practice mindful breathing before sleep. It's kind of like a ritual to actually tell myself to detach from the busy anxiety emotion that been through whole day, and then focus on breathing, shift all my attention to my body sensation again, focus on my breath, and then tell myself that it's the end of the day and I'm going to have a calm sleep. So normally before the whole ritual complete, I will fall asleep first, and I feel very refreshed, very energetic on the second day. So sometimes we thought like, today too busy, I don't want to do mindful breathing, but actually it somehow we can see the quality is a little bit different. So you thought like you want to get 2 more minutes sleep to get better, to get more sleep, but actually it a little bit decline the quality of sleep. So worth to try. Spend 2 to 5 minutes just for a short mindful breathing before sleep is actually enhance the sleeping quality. Okay, the second or my favorite tool would be mindful nowing. So now that we all been getting more and more aging. So just now someone mentioned about cognitive function decline. So we tend to forget, and especially when we go to work. So I normally do mindful nowing before I go out from work, just to check everything and then name everything. For example, like a car key, my bag, laptop bag. Then I recall to then need to bring laptop bag or not. Switch off the light, lock the door, switch off, open my car door, start my engine. So normally it helps a lot, especially I drive a long journey to work. So if I started my day with very kanchong and very anxiety mood, so the chances for having a bad mood in traffic during driving experience also very high. So when you start off your day with a very calm mode, so when people cut to your lane without putting on signal, you can still tell yourself to be calm and not showing any anger that affects your day. So normally that would be my second best favorite, my favorite MindFulGym tool. The third one would be communication. So I'm a mother of two. My first child is 3 years old. I think it's a period of most naughty, sometimes unbearable. And then I'm a therapist actually, but I do scold them. The fact is I do scold them. And I noticed the difference is when you scold mindfully and you scold mindlessly, the effect is different. So when you scold mindlessly, the words that I pick, the tone that I use, most of the time are very harsh and very emotional. So I'm not talking on the fact, I'm talking on I feel bad, you make me feel bad. Okay, so if we comment or we criticize or we parenting mindfully, you'll be able to adjust your tone. Okay, tone down your voice, and then sit together with my kids, and then having eyes to eyes level when you be mindful. Or else, if you are not mindful, normally you tend to stand very high and scold them and look down to them. So when you be mindful, I will put myself in all the best parenting posture to correct them, and I'll choose the most appropriate word. Like for example, reflect on what he has done before this, and then how he can actually have different choices to solve the problem instead of using what he used just now. Okay, and then what can I actually react to his response? So if we can have a very mindful mind, it will reflect in our daily life, okay, including our communication style. So that's my experience in practicing mindful gym in my life. And I have to set the best way to keep remembering on how to do this is to teach. So if you teach someone, or like for example, if you share with someone today, then that's the best way that we remind ourselves to do all that. Okay, so I think that's all from me. Thank you very much. Anyone?
I think thanks Pam, thanks for sharing. I think we have the Dr. T in the Zoom. Dr. T, are you with us?
Yes.
Yeah, great. Yeah.
Yeah, thank you for the invitation, Jasmine.
Welcome, Dr. T.
I think I'm like most of you. Normally my practice will be like I start my day with a morning silent moment with a mindful breathing for roughly 50 minutes. Yeah, that's together with some recalling my blessing. Yeah, and also my aspiration for the day. So, and then I will fetch my son to school, and then I will do the, my clinical session. Yeah. So I think I'm very lucky because I'm blessed with this profession as a child psychiatrist, also as a general practitioner in the psychiatry. So I see patients with anxiety. So I think in my clinical practice, I do together the mindful breathing with them, and also the muscle relaxation, and also the mindful stop with them. So I think instead it's also on top of the ways of helping them, also is also for my clinical practice lah, and also my personal cultivation of this mindfulness practice in my daily life. So I think I'm very blessed because of my patient. Then also I got opportunity for my own personal mindfulness practice. Yeah, so this is my gratitude to them also. And then after work, I will be with my family. And then before sleep, actually, I do have this gratitude workout, with my son. We will write all the good things that is happening throughout the day and put them in pieces of paper and store it in a box. So I think then after that we'll do some brief moment of mindful breathing together. So for myself, I do 5 minutes, and for my son, he did it for like, I think 2 to 3 minutes like that. So I think this is my common practice of mindfulness lah. The challenge would be like, this is the basic things, but if on the extra situation when I have stressful moments, I will do more on this, like also mindfulness, mainly more on being aware of the present moment and be aware of my feelings, acknowledge my feelings, and also acceptance of my feelings. So an extra, maybe a longer hours of mindfulness practice with a breathing exercise. So these are my common practice. Yeah.
Okay, thanks, Dr. T. Dr. Pang, are you still with us?
Yes,
I think
I'm enjoying the sharing. Thank you for all the wonderful sharing. Yeah.
yeah, I think
enjoy.
do we still have time, Dr. Pang?
Yes. Yeah.
The next one, we would like to invite Alex, who is our batch 13 graduate. Alex.
Yes, Jasmine,
Yeah,
thank
yeah.
you. Sorry, I can't turn on my video because my connection is not so stable right now. So, Dr. Pang, hi. Yeah, it's been a long time seeing you.
Right.
Yeah.
Welcome back.
Yeah. I would like to share today is like I usually use mindful body stretching every morning. I used to do, and breathing as well to help to calm myself, to help to do some grounding as well, because I've been struggling with anxiety and depression for almost more than 10 years already. So I need to I need to ground myself every day. I think this is very helpful for me. And during the day, I'll do the body under my full stop intermediately. So whenever I feel stressed, I will just stop and then do a short stop, then to help to calm myself. And the challenges in practicing mindfulness is I think I'm struggling with consistency, and because sometimes I might stop practicing when I'm in a very nervous and my mood is a bit low. So I need to keep reminding myself to practice it so that it helps me to get better. And I think it's very important to know your own body as well while practicing, and don't overdo it, or don't force yourself like I must do this, I must do that. Then you become very stressful. So I think that's all I can share. Thank you.
Good, Alex. Thank you very much for sharing.
You're
Keep up
welcome.
the practice. Keep
Okay,
up,
sure.
not too up. Keep up, not too up.
Okay. Thanks.
Good. Jasmine, anybody else?
That's all, but
Ah,
I think, all right.
want to share something?
No, I'm looking at our chat box.
Chat box.
Yes. See any question? From Dr. T, MINDFULGym for kids. BMHA will do one in near future.
Okay.
When? Okay. The other one. Okay, the other one is how to register for MINDFULGym Part 2 in June. This one we will notify you all through email. Okay.
Yeah.
All right, that's all.
So we have come to the end of the program. Yeah, so I would like to take this opportunity to thank all of you, all the participants, for joining the program. Also would like to thank my team. Yeah, so although I'm the speaker, behind the scene there are a lot of people who support this program. All the MINDFULGym graduates who come back to share, Sister Jasmine, Sister Hu, my co-hosts. There are a lot of people who are working behind the scene to support this program. So I take this opportunity to thank all of them. Yeah, and I hope you continue the practice. So whatever we share with you in these 4 weeks, it just is like starter kit, just for you to have a taste and introduction. I hope you will continue to practice. Yeah, for part 2, we'll, as Jasmine mentioned, we'll keep it informed on part 2, but we won't start part 2 straight away. So we'll take a break for a month. Part 2 will start in June. So you have 1 month to practice. If you have questions, feel free to submit your question. The Slido system will still be functioning. So you need to submit questions. Feel free to submit your questions to the Slido system. I will answer your questions. And if there are a lot of questions, maybe in May, we also have another Zoom question, a short Zoom session just to attend to your question. We'll consider that. Maybe middle of May, we have just 1 session. So that time you'll be practicing halfway through the month. Maybe with more practice, you have more questions. We are happy to organize another session just to attend to your questions. Yeah. No home gym, no home practice today, because the home practice is the MP3 itself, the mindfulness personal practice plan. So I have to say, maybe last but not least, maybe we can open the session for anyone who wants to say anything.
Yeah.
Anybody want to say anything?
Actually, Dr. Pang, I would like to extend my appreciation to those participants who registered in this program, who are really, really committed for the 4 sessions in part 1. So I'm very impressed by their passion in learning, and I really hope that keep it up and start a simple exercise and cultivate the habit, and definitely you will benefit from this program. Thank you very much. Okay, just now has someone would like to do some sharing from the participants?
Yeah,
Can I?
sure. Go ahead.
Anybody?
Sister Jasmine, Sandra here.
Yeah, Sandra.
Ah,
Yes.
Hi, Sandra.
Actually, I have hi, Dr. Pang. I actually have a question. Because nowadays people talk about gaming. So many gaming competition. People are into gaming, especially younger generation people. So I'm just wondering, this gaming is become a worldwide trend. Many people has this addiction problem. So I was I have this wondering whether the gaming itself, it can be a mindful technique to release stress. That's why people are, perhaps initially they are into the gaming just for relaxation. Later they become addicted to it. What's your viewpoint on this?
Okay, thanks for the question, Sandra. I will respond to your question, but at the same time, I will also invite you to guess my response. Yeah. Of course, I give you some hint. Okay, the hint will be the 4 principles of mindfulness: the attention, the kindness, the beginner's mind, and the wisdom. So I've given you a little bit of clue. Do you think you can answer your own question? Sandra?
Okay, let me try. Yep.
Yes.
Okay, Dr. Pang, perhaps let me try.
Yeah, try. Yeah.
I guess with Dr. Pang's tips on these 4: attention, kindness, beginner's mind, attention, is it? One more?
And wisdom.
Wisdom, yeah. So I find that there's a self-recognition when people play in the game. So if they win the game, so it proves something. They are worthy. They can overcome. It become a reality to them. So, and I also, even though I don't play games, but I've seen people, really into it, and then it's a billion-dollar business. So I am just, having these like second thought. How you can help. Uh, so yeah, I don't have a clear answer for that, Dr. Pang. Maybe you can help.
Good try. Yeah, good try. Yeah. So I will use that model, attention, kindness, beginner's mind, and wisdom. Generally, the gaming itself is neither good or bad. It's neither good or bad. That's how I look at it. Okay. But we can do it mindfully, we can do it mindlessly. Yeah. Of course, gaming can be a form of attention. I mean, games like any form of game, like computer game, badminton game, ping pong game, and any form of game can be a form of way for us to anchor attention. Agree?
Yes.
Yeah. Then the kindness. Okay, if you game too much until it becomes an addiction, it's not kind to ourselves. It's harming ourselves. Got it? If we play just for relaxation purpose, I mean badminton game, ping pong game, whatever game, if we play just for us to distress, relaxation, it's a form of kindness. Got it? Yeah. So beginner's mind is beginner's mind is how we play. If we play, that is the only way to help us to release stress. It's the only way that become a bit problematic. If we have mindful body stretching, we also got mindful breathing, we also have butterfly high, other two, and include gaming as part of it. I think it's fine if we game moderately. Of course, wisdom is combination how we use gaming. Are we using gaming as a form of addiction to sort of avoid problem, to avoid life challenges? Then it's not wisdom. If we use gaming together with other method to cope with stress, then that is wise. Any questions you have? We always try to relate to these 4 principles of mindfulness: attention, kindness, beginner's mind, and wisdom. That should be the thinking process. Okay.
Okay.
Good.
Rasa sayang, hey, rasa sayang, sayang, hey, hey, may you, may all be happy, happy, happy. Rasa sayang, hey, rasa sayang, sayang, hey, hey, saya ucapkan sehat selamat sejahtera. Rasa sayang, hey, rasa sayang, sayang, hey, hey, may you, may all be happy, happy, happy. Rasa sayang, hey, rasa sayang, sayang, hey, hey, saya ucapkan sehat selamat sejahtera. Rasa sayang, hey, rasa sayang, sayang.